when you're looking for a promotion at work, it can get frustrating, discouraging, and oftentimes there's disappointment. I've known people to leave jobs because they had tried again and again to get a promotion and just couldn't make it happen. I want to share with you a story and share with you some thoughts that I have about how you can set yourself up for a promotion at work. I want to start with a story that Jesus told, and you can find the story in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 25, and it begins in verse 14. Jesus tells the story of a master who was going to leave his home for a while, and he wanted to put his money in the charge of his servants. And so he gave charge of the money to his servants according to their ability. To one servant he gave 5 pieces of silver. To another he gave 2 pieces of silver, and to a third he gave 1 piece of silver. The servant who received 5 pieces of silver went and invested that silver, and he came back with 10 pieces of silver. To the man who he gave 2 pieces of silver, he invested that silver and came back with 4 pieces of silver. And to the third man who received 1 piece of silver, well, he took that, dug a hole, and hid it until his master returned. When the master returned, the man who had received 5 pieces of silver brought back 10. His master was thrilled and said, "Because you've shown responsibility with this, I'm going to give you even greater responsibility. Let's go and celebrate." And then to the man who received 3 pieces of silver, that man brought back 6. And to that man he said, "This is great. I want to give you even more responsibility because you've showed responsibility with this. Let's go and celebrate." And then to the man who received 1 piece of silver, well, he brought back 1 piece of silver. His master was very disappointed and angry. He said, "I could have invested the money, put it in the bank, and drawn interest and come out better than I did giving you this money to take care of while I was away." When you're looking for a promotion, one thing to consider is that when your employer hires you for a job, your employer is investing in you. When they give you that paycheck, they're giving you money out of their pocket, out of their bank account, money that they have worked hard as a manager or as a business owner to bring into the company. When they give you that money, they're expecting a certain amount in return. If all they get in return is equal to the amount of money that they're paying you, they can get that from anybody. And so there's not a real incentive on their part to promote you, because promoting you and giving you greater responsibility isn't going to increase the amount of money that they can expect to get in return. Not if you haven't shown a strong return on the investment that they're already giving you. So here are some pointers for you to consider in setting yourself up to receive a promotion at work. My first recommendation is show up ready to work. That means showing up before the workday starts and not leaving before the workday ends. Now, that also means when you take your lunch break, don't leave before it's time for your lunch break, and don't come back from your lunch break late. It also means if you have breaks during the day, use those breaks, use the time allotted, don't use any more. When you do that, your employer is going to recognize you as somebody who's responsible. And when you go and you ask for a promotion, they're going to think of you as somebody who's responsible. Now, another thing I want to add here is don't call in sick a lot. And don't use your work time to take care of a lot of personal business. Your employer is going to notice if that's taking place too. So what that means is you're going to need to take care of your health and your family when you're at home, because if you're not taking care of your health, eating well, drinking lots of water, getting plenty of sleep, it's going to affect your work. Either you're going to call in sick more, or you're not going to be as productive when you show up at work. And if you're not taking care of your family when you're at home, family problems are going to creep into your workday, interrupt your ability to focus, and again, it's going to sap your productivity when you're at work. My second recommendation is to deliver extra value to your employer. Now, first, as I said, is to show up ready to work and to do the work that's been assigned you. The second is to find ways to deliver extra value, because that's going to incentivize your employer to give you extra responsibility. Just like the servants who took the money that was given to them by their master, invested it, and came back with more, your employer is going to be more impressed with you if you take the work that you've been given and give them back more than they expected. So that may mean taking extra care of customers to assure that customers are happy. It may mean adding extra polish to a project that you've been given so that it looks not just good, but really good when you give it back to your employer or to your manager. So look for those ways to add extra value to the work that you're doing, so that you're not just doing what you've been paid for, but you're doing more than that. Then your employer, when you go and you ask for a promotion, is going to be more interested in giving that promotion to you. Now, the third recommendation is to be a good communicator. That means being able to write well and being able to speak well. That may mean taking some extra classes offered outside of work to learn to be a better writer. It may mean reading books that will teach you how to be a better writer. It may also mean taking classes to help you to be a better speaker if you're somebody who needs to make presentations at work, or if you're somebody who's not. Because in either case, when you can communicate well, whether it's by making presentations or if you're just sitting down one-on-one with an employer or a customer, being able to communicate clearly and effectively is another way to add extra value to the work that you're doing. It's also something that a lot of people don't do very well. So it can help you to be noticed when it comes time to ask for a promotion. Your employer will remember that you're a good communicator. You're somebody who can get the point across. You're somebody who can deliver the messages that need to be heard, both within the company and outside to the customers that your company serves. My fourth and final recommendation is to be a person of strong character. Integrity matters. Doing what you say you're going to do matters. Being somebody who is ethical matters. Being a person of your word matters. And all those things represent strong character. Keeping your promises matters. And when you do those things consistently, your employer is going to notice, and they're going to be more willing to trust you with greater responsibility when you go and ask for a promotion. One of the best ways that I know of to develop character is to spend time on a daily basis devoting yourself to prayer and meditation and Bible reading. By doing that and by drawing closer to God, God will empower you with a strong character by putting His character within you, developing within you what the Apostle Paul calls the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. These are all signs of good character. And when your employer sees those things in you, they're going to be more willing to give you more responsibility when you come and ask for a promotion. If this video was helpful to you, please share it with your social networks and leave me a comment. You can do that by connecting with me over on my website that's linked to this video. You can use the voicemail feature, use the contact me form. I look forward to hearing from you, and I read and listen to every comment. My name is John Beatty, and I want to help you thrive in your faith, relationships, and work. I want to help you be the person God designed you to be, so go out there and live to thrive.